And hey, we're back. Look at that. Blayne Smith, Overkill Reviews. It's been too long. I've missed you guys. Well, some of you I hang out with all the time over at twitch.tv/metalcomedy. Come on over. I'm going to be playing some games tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday. Boom, it's great. Enough of that. It's Overkill Reviews. As always, please get liked, please get subscribed, please comment. I love chatting with you. But we got a special review this week for this Blackened Death band. If you know me, you know I love shining the spotlight on the dark corners of metal and giving some guys out there that you might not have heard of a boost. And this week is no exception, because we've got, I've really got no one to blame but myself for this stuff, but we're checking out KAOTEON with Damnatio Memoriae. Well, it's out today, and it's not on a label. It's $6 on Bandcamp. Is it worth scrounging together your pennies? Hey, I'm gonna let you know. Bio. The thing I hate doing. But I have to do it because this guy can't be trusted to watch the shop. We've all seen that. So let's get into it. KAOTEON is a two-man band from Lebanon. They were originally formed in 1999. 2003, it says here, one of their shows was raided by Lebanese police. The band was kidnapped, stuffed in the trunk of cars, and interrogated for days due to suspected Satanist connections based on a mistranslation of their name. On a lighter note, they've since relocated to the Netherlands. Well, I can admit when I'm wrong. Sorry, fellas, that's a pretty interesting bio. Damnatio Memoriae is the band's second outing, and I don't know if there's a Lebanese mafia or what, but clearly these guys are owed some favors. Because joining guitarist Anthony KAOTEON and vocalist Volid Wolflust this time is artisanal blast beat maker and general scary guy Frederick Wittigs from legendary beast Marduk, and bass magician and me with a different hair part, Linus Klausnitzer from the unnecessarily talented Obscura. Whew, that's a lot of firepower under one roof. So, let's start this review off by talking about, the guys you haven't heard of in the band that are actually the band. What do they sound like? Well, hey, you tell me. Okay, yes, it's my job to tell you. You caught me slacking at work. So it's not getting abducted by the police about it. So, band creator, Anthony KAOTEON. His guitar work is actually pretty varied on this album. He's as capable as writing a melodic, catchy riff as he is just throwing it down with some blast beat-backed chaos. And they balance both great on the album. When you get tired of one, the other's in there. If you don't like melody, hey man, there's some neck breaking stuff going on in there too. If you want to tap your foot, we got you covered. The trend continues on to the vocals. Volid Wolflust is just as capable doing black metal shrieks as he is death metal growls, but he also introduces a sort of hardcore-esque frantic screaming that wouldn't be super out of place on a Suicidal Tendencies record. We kind of got all these sides coming together in harmony on this album. I wonder where these guys got that idea from.
People would only look to the cookie. All our problems would be solved.
So we've talked about the guys you don't know. What about the guys you do know? The unsurprising part. The guys that are good musicians from good bands that, what a shock, they're good. Frederick runs a goddamn mile over the course of the album, but it's balanced with some organic and unique handwork that prevents that is this man just a robot feeling that can kind of creep into some extreme metal drummers. And now, the bass. Let's talk about the bass. But before we talk about the bass, why don't we listen to the bass? Bass work on the album is phenomenal. It's great. Congratulations. You did a great job. The cool thing, though, is that you can always hear it. It's doing something unique. It's frequently as catchy as any riff, and there's times when the bass is just allowed to take center stage. Why don't bands do this more often? You've got an amazing bass player. He's lugging around a 6-string and a 7-string fretless bass, and then you're like, go stand in a corner. No. You get some bass, you get some guitar, you get it all in one bite. There's true happiness. Big credit to Daniel Bergstrand for this. He's a great producer. He worked on that Hamfirth record I reviewed, Behemoth, a bunch of other bands you love. He really gave every instrument the space it needs because they're all gonna be jockeying for your attention at some point. The whole thing is kind of like walking 4 rowdy golden retrievers down the street. Now, what needs to get tossed in the trunk of a car? The problems I am going to talk about are real reviewer problems. I would have never noticed them if I wasn't critically listening to it. So what's wrong? Well, everything on the album, as I said, is done to a very high standard, but it's not done differently than anyone else has done it before, which I guess sounds a bit like the complaints of a bored king. Oh, what's this, Jester? You can juggle 12 balls? I've already seen that. Bring on the next one. I will say, this is a band with a very unique backstory, and I feel like they could bring some of that forward sonically somehow. A Lebanese band that's escaped censorship and persecution should maybe bring something a little different to the table than a bunch of pretty boys who've been living in Sweden. So, if Blackened Death ain't what gets your van a-rockin', you might not want to come a-knockin'. But if that's what you ordered, complaining about what this band brought you is a little like asking for a can of Coke and someone bringing you a bottle of Coke and you complaining. Yeah, the can of Coke tastes better, but it's basically the same thing, and you're being a bit of a dick if we're honest. Score time. Score time. By the power of score time! At the end of the day, an unsigned band put up with a whole lot of guff to bring us a solid record that they're offering for $6. And my biggest complaint is it sounds like a lot of other really great records. Grow up. That's why I'm giving this record 4 out of 5 skulls, and those are not satanic in any way. Let's not get these boys in any more trouble. So hey, it's a quick jump. Go to their Bandcamp, take a listen, let me know what you think. Should I be bringing you these unsigned bands? Was this worth your time? And if it was, get subscribed, get liked, and leave a comment telling me why. But hey, we're not done. It's shadow time. It's shadow time. Shadow time. This was a very tough week for us here. I really wanted to do a bunch of albums because there's 2 other albums that came out this week that are both just real dingers. Up first, hey, we're talking about Blackened Death. Why not keep talking about Blackened Death? We've got Necrophobic, Mark of the Necrogram. They're from Sweden, and hoo boy, it's good. And number 2, out of California, we've got Alter Beast with Feast. They're a tech death band that are crazy talented. The whole record is just wall to wall. Why did you get this good at a guitar? There's no reason to be this good at a guitar. You've passed the point where it's even helpful to you. You're now hindering yourself by being this good at a guitar. So if that's your kind of jam, you can't go wrong. Boom, boom. Seal of approval on both of those from me. That's been the show. As long as you guys keep saying nice things about me, I'm going to keep coming back. So, hey, I'll see you next time.